The idea behind the winter drill program of 2021-22 was to do two things. A, do a test on zone 6, which has never been drilled before, see if it was graphite or not, and to expand the resource on zone 1. Well, I'm very pleased to announce we've successfully done both. We've drilled into zone 6, and yes, we had sampled graphite at surface there before, but there's nothing like drilling it. And we've drilled into it, and it is graphite. So we're very excited. We have a whole new zone to explore now, and we will drill that this summer, hopefully. The second thing we're doing, as you can probably hear the rig in the background, is we're expanding the drill program on zone 1. And we are increasing the deposit size, hopefully, by continuing to infill and step out drill. One of the real benefits that the Birkwood Graphite Project offers is right here. Outcropping graphite at surface. Now, the economics of that are staggering. You're not having to remove a bunch of waste rock. The other thing, for an ESG format, because you're not having to do a whole bunch of waste rock removal, it's much better for the environment. And as you can see, we can drive right here. You could literally take a pickup truck and drive from Montreal Airport to right on top of this. The infrastructure is staggering. As you can see behind me, we have multiple rows and boxes of drill core. Every day after the shift from the drill, the drillers bring in the core and it gets logged and placed here. And you can see the gentleman, Francis, behind me here, he's logging it. And eventually it'll all be cut. Half of it will go for assay, half of it will stay here. Another way to tell if it's high grade graphite or not is just look at your hands. People often ask me, should I invest in green battery? The choice is yours, but every day you turn on the news, all we're talking about is the electric vehicles, shortage of minerals, the supply chain issues coming from overseas. Everybody wants an ESG source that's within North America for battery minerals. Graphite is used in the anode for electric vehicle batteries. And there's no large source in North America at all, period. We're hoping that we can fill that void by bringing this into production. So to answer the question, should you invest in green battery? The decision's yours, but we have a North American source of some of the highest grade graphite at surface. And what's the significance of being near Mason? Well, in 30 years of doing this, I've learned that the old adage, best place to find a new mine is in the shadow of head frames. Basically, it means if there's another mine in the area, there's a good chance that more will be discovered. That's exactly what we're doing here. Mason is way ahead of us. They've got a full feasibility study. We hope to be doing the same. That's why we're doing all of this. We just need to catch up a little bit. But the nice thing about them already basically doing the full feasibility is we know that the First Nations and Indigenous people are on side. We know the local communities are on side. We know the local government's on side. They've spent millions and millions and millions on engineering reports to see if this makes sense or not. So, long and short of it, we like the fact that Mason's done all this because we're in the same area and we're drafting in behind them. And once again, we hope to do the same that they're doing. And so far, it looks like we may be able to. One of the big pushes nowadays is to be able to go into production of good quality graphite within North America. And as the world tries to secure supply lines and guarantee delivery, as well as possibly a bit more ESG friendly, they're looking for reliable sources of graphite that are within their backyard. There's no better place than Quebec to explore for graphite. As you may know, green battery's average grade is 17%, which is significant. People always ask me, what's the big deal about grade? The thing about grade on graphite is, let's say you have 100 tons of rock, and if you're averaging 17%, you're getting 17 tons of graphite per 100 tons. If you're averaging 3, you're only getting 3 tons of graphite per 100 tons. Huge difference. Not only on the economics, because you got to move more rock, but also on the ESG side of things. You have to remove more and disrupt the earth more than at 17%. And 17% is green batteries average. We have some as high as almost 50%. Green battery benefits from the fact that we have a huge facility here where we can separate, log, and cut the core all year round. It's heated and we can use it all year, which is fantastic because not many places have that. Once again, the infrastructure. One of the things that I do constantly get asked is, how can you tell if your graphite is high grade or not? Well, here's a little test that you can do. I think that pretty much explains it. What's it like working in Northern Quebec? The answer is it's amazing. They have so much infrastructure here, you would not believe it. This pretty much drove itself here. And as I said before, you can drive a pickup truck right to this property, get out of your truck and chip off graphite. The infrastructure is so phenomenal because there's so much forestry that goes on here, as well as the hydroelectric dams that are maintained. So the highways are phenomenal, the forestry roads are good. Access to the property is outstanding, which keeps the costs low. You can drive a drill rig here. You're not having to use a drill, or sorry, a helicopter rather, to get it here. You can drive it right to the property, and when it's frozen or in the summer. So you've got really good seasons where you can work almost all year round. There's just a couple times where you can't, and that's in the spring and the fall when it's kind of mushy. So you just do your drilling in the winter when it's frozen, or in the summer when it's dry. But it's phenomenal infrastructure in place. Cheap electricity too. If we ever do go into production, the electricity to run this will cost us very, very small amounts. Thank you so much for watching this video. As you can see, it's been an exciting winter. We've made a brand new discovery on Zone 6, which we had surface channel sampled there before and got graphite, but there's nothing quite like drilling it, bar none, nothing at all. The truth tester, as they call it in the resource business. And as you can hear in the background, we are currently expanding the resource. We're trying to expand the resource on Zone 1, as well as move some of it possibly from indicated and inferred up to measured by doing step out and infill drilling. Once again, if you have any questions on this video, please give us a call at the office anytime or check out the website www.greenbatteryminerals.com. Thanks for watching.